Hello everyone, so today we're going to talk about plating and presentation. Plating and presentation is an art of telling guests about the food by the way it is arranged on a serving piece. Good presentation make you want to eat the food even before you have taken a single bite. The effect of each element in a presentation: simple, elegant, balanced, integrated, unified, or even synergic. So as you can see on the right, a plating of a vegetable. So what can you say about the plating? Is it a good or attractive plating or not? Components of a complete plate. Number 1, main item. Number 2, side dish. Number 3, sauce. And number 4, garnish. So when you say main item is the star of the plate. So siya dapat yung pinaka nangingibabaw sa lahat. Siya yung attractive at mas nakikita. While side dish gives impact on the plate. Siya yung makulay at nagbibigay ng element. While sauce gives a deep flavor to the main item or to the side dish. And garnish helps to enhance the appearance of the whole plate. Art of plating. We have different methods in plating or presenting food. First is symmetrical, asymmetrical, contrasting elements, complementary elements, focal point, lines radiating from the center focal point or central focal point, clean plates, hot and cold plates, saucing techniques, and garnishing. First is symmetrical. So, what can you observe in the drawing? So, it's very simple drawing. So, when symmetrical, the right and the left is the same. Kung ano itsura ng kanan and kaliwa, pareho lang siya. Symmetrical or balance. Next is asymmetrical. So, asymmetrical, you can see a different view on a different angle. So, pag inikot natin yung plate, iba-iba yung itsura niya. Unlike symmetrical, yung right and left niya is same ang itsura. While asymmetrical, as in iba-iba yung elements or components niya. Next is contrasting elements. So, as you can observe on the plate, we have different elements such as different sauces with a different texture and different taste. For example, we have on the left, we have a mango. So mango gives a sweetness and as well as different flavor. On the right side, we have a brown sauce which gives a salty taste. And we have citrus slices that gives a citrusy flavor and as well as acidity on the food. So different elements. So iba-iba yung dating niya sa panglasa natin. Merong matamis, may maasim, may tangy or savory, may malutong, may soft, merong medyo may chunky texture. So, contrasting means iba-iba talaga siya. Next is complementary elements. So as you can observe in the plate, it is very plain, that it has only three colors such as red from the tomato, a white from the yogurt, serve as the sauce, and a green from the zucchini and parsley. So when you say complementary elements, it complements with each other, and as well as it's more plain than the contrasting elements. Next is focal point. So as you can observe in the picture, the focal point is the beef tenderloin or the beef medallion. So siya yung mas angat sa lahat kesa dun sa ibang ingredient na nasa plate. Siya yung bida. So siya yung focal point. So siya yung pinaka napapansin natin in our first glance. Next is line radiating from the center or central focal point. So as you can observe, there are different lines on the picture, but it radiates on the focal point. So mas napapansin pa rin natin si focal point, which is the main food, kasi dun tayo pinapatingin ng mga lines na nakadraw. Next, clean plate, hot and cold plate. So clean plates meaning the plate is very simple. As you can observe in the picture, ang linis ng plate, wala masyadong element and wala masyadong garnishes. And hot and cold plate, so basically hot plate is used in hot dishes such as the main course and the soup, while cold plates usually ginagamit siya sa mga cold food such as salad and desserts. Next is saucing technique. So as you can observe, there are different saucing techniques. So pwede natin siyang gayahin when plating not only desserts but main courses. So we have swirl, we have straight lines, we have splatters, we have wavy lines, and we have thick lines, we have a droplets, and so on and so forth. So pwede natin siyang gamitin sa mga plating styles natin. So for me, ang ayoko lang is yung splatter kasi medyo madumi siya. But the rest, it is very presentable and catchy. So next is garnish or garnishing. We have different garnishing. We have a carved fruit and vegetables, and we have a simple garnish, yung mga slice, yung katulad ng mga pinag-aralan natin ng mga chop. Pwede rin siyang garnish, yung chiffonade ng mga herbs and vegetables also serves as a garnish, or even the basic cuts, basta maayos yung pagkakakat niya, like julienne, bâtonnet, even the cubes, and especially yung mga tourne. So yun ang mga mas magagamit natin when presenting or plating food. So nakikita nyo sa garnish, we can use chopped vegetables, sliced lemons, or even the whole leaf. Pwede natin siyang pang garnish. Like on the right side, we have the parsley. There are three basic ideas that need to be committed to memory. First is, food must be cooked properly. Dry, overdone meat, fish, or vegetable will never look good on a plate. Care isn't taken to ensure the proper cooking of food. No amount of garniture will overcome the defect. So it only means that we should always cook food properly. Hindi dapat siya overcook, hindi rin undercook, hindi rin dry, hindi rin super moist. So, dapat laging tama lang yung doneness ng mga meat natin and the vegetables. Kasi, hindi kayang gawa ng paraan o i-first aid ng garnish kung ang main ingredient natin is palpak. Second is serving attractive food is largely a function of professionalism and using common sense. Professional would never present a plate of food with fingerprints or a dribble of sauce all around its rim. To do so would be to show disrespect for the food and the diner alike. So, anong sinasabi ng our second tip? Plating food, especially dapat hindi makalat, hindi messy, walang mga fingerprint. So, dapat tama yung paghawak natin ng plate at huwag natin hawakan ng hawakan yung pagkain. Lastly, and perhaps most important, effective food presentation depends on your understanding of and ability to execute basic techniques involving balance, arrangement, and garniture. These are the detailed in the following section. Plating basics. A plate is like a canvas. So, ano yung canvas? Doon tayo nagpe-paint sa canvas. To the chef, and its rim becomes the frame. So, yung rim, yung sa plato, di ba? If you can observe the plate, meron siyang malaking bilog at maliit na bilog sa gitna. Yung maliit na bilog sa gitna, it serves as the canvas or doon lang naglalagay ng pagkain. Tapos yung malaking bilog na or the rim of the plate serve as the frame. So, dapat ina-avoid nating lagyan ng garnish, yung labas ng plato, or dapat hindi nag-uumapaw yung plate natin kasi ang sagwa niya tingnan. The essentials of plate design. So, we need balance. Okay, balance is a word you likely to encounter in many areas of culinary world. Choose food and garnishes that offer variety and contrast while at the same time avoiding creations that are odd and disjointed. So balance. For example, meron tayong maasim na orange pero yung sauce niya medyo matamis. It has a balance between the sourness and the sweetness. For example, we have a meat. So, yung meat natin medyo bland yung taste. Yung sauce natin medyo may saltiness ng konti. So, it helps to balance the taste of the food when eaten together. Next is color. So, basically, color. Ang masasuggest ko within color, just play with colors. So, for example, when plating food, dapat hindi purely brown. Kunyari, meron tayong gravy, meron tayong fried chicken, at meron tayong garlic rice. As you can observe that variety were all color brown. So, we need to put vegetables or we need to change our carbohydrates, which is rice, with potatoes para meron ng konting yellowish, or we can use mashed squash or pumpkin para magkaroon ng deep orange color para magkaroon ng sigla yung plate natin. We have shape or shapes. So, we need to put different shapes on the plate. So, for example, hindi tayo pwedeng laging may puro square na lahat. So, we need to put different shapes para mas umangat yung different elements ng food natin. For example, we have a round steak or a tenderloin or filet mignon. So, round the steak, maglagay tayo ng garnish na sticks and cubes. And for example, may mashed potato tayo, pwede tayong gumamit ng sphere shape or perfect round like potatoes para may iba-iba siyang shapes na makikita, hindi lang plain na puro bilog, puro square, puro rectangle, puro messy. So dapat we have different shapes when plating the food. Next is texture. Okay, texture is very important to the food so that hindi boring kainin. So for example, texture. Dapat kunyari magpe-present tayo ng isang main dish that includes protein. For example, ang protein natin is grilled pork chop. So we have a chunky piece of meat. Next side dish natin, pwedeng sauteed vegetables, which is a little bit soft but a little bit crunchy. Next, we have a fried garlic or fried potato chips on the side. So we have different texture. We have a chunky but moist piece of meat. We have a soft but not soggy vegetables and a crisp brought by the potato chips. So may mga different texture pag kinakain natin. Iba-iba yung mararamdaman natin sa bibig natin pag kinakain natin yung food because we put different textures. Hindi lahat siya malambot na parang baby food kasi boring siya kainin pag sobrang plain. Next, we have flavor. So basically flavor, ito yung pinaka-importante para sa akin dahil ito talaga yung soul when eating. Kasi maaring makakain tayo ng sagi or sobrang lambot na gulay pero hindi natin kayang kainin yung sobrang alat na gulay. So for me, flavor is the most important element of the food or plating. So flavor creates unity and contrast when eating the food na hindi lang siya dapat maalat lahat nung element ng isang plato. Dapat merong konting alat, konting touch ng asim, konting anghang, konting tamis. So it's basically saying that the taste is delicious or masarap. So when serving food or giving food to someone or to the guest or to the client, first we need to taste the food when cooking. So dapat tinitikman natin siya. Ang golden rule when plating or serving a food is kung hindi natin to kayang kainin, wag nating i-serve or wag nating ibigay sa guest or sa kaibigan natin kasi kung tayo nga hindi natin kayang kainin yung pagkain na ginawa natin, what more yung ibang tao. So we should always maintain a good balance, flavor, texture, color, and also cleanliness when plating and cooking food. And next is portion size. Not only portion size important in terms of presentation, but also it is also count when costing out our menu. So basically portion size when cooking or portioning, most especially a main course. Okay, a main course composed of sauce, the meat or the protein, the side dish or vegetables, and a starch or rice, potato. So yun yung mga starch and the garnish. Ang pinakamalaking portion dapat sa kanya is the protein. Next is the side dish and next is the starch. Then a touch of sauce and garnish. So for me, the basic ratio of those ingredients in a plate is around 200 to 250 grams of protein, about 150 grams of side dish, about 150 to 100 grams of starch, 30 ml of sauce, and 5 grams of garnish. Usually sa akin yun ang nagkukumpleto sa isang plato. So yun ang timbang niya. Next is match portion sizes and plates. So dapat pag nagpaplato tayo ng pagkain, kailangan isipin muna natin kung ano ang ilalagay natin sa plato para makapamili tayo ng tamang plato na gagamitin natin pag nagpe-plate tayo. For example, we have big portions. Hindi tayo pwedeng gumamit ng maliit na plato. Kailangan natin gumamit ng malalaking plato para magandang tingnan yung food. Hindi dapat nagdidikit-dikit yung mga ibang elements ng food kasi ang sagwa niya magiging messy siya. So dapat may konting spaces, and most especially if you're doing a classic plating. Okay, balance the portion size of the item on the plate. So yan yung diniscuss natin kanina kung gaano lang kalalaki yung portion size. Plate arrangement. So there are different plate arrangements that you can see on our next slide. Okay, classic presentation. So as you can observe, the classic presentation has 5 elements. Yung diniscuss natin kanina, which is the protein or the main item, the starch or the rice, potato, so on and so forth, vegetables, sauce, and the garnish. So, yun sa classic presentation, ayan, it is very detailed. The 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock is like a watch or a clock na guide natin when plating. Saan dapat siya nilalagay when doing a classic presentation. So, as you can observe, hindi siya sobrang jam-packed sa plato. Maliliit lang yung portions niya, and as well as medyo hiwa-hiwalay siya para makita yung iba't ibang elements ng food. Hindi rin siya kalat-kalat na messy na tingnan. Then, the other pointers in plating a food, such as the main item, the vegetables, the kind of slices, and the various symmetrical and asymmetrical arrangement on the plate is written in your module. So please read. Next is plating guide. So plating guide. So it is some pointers when plating a food such as keep food off the rim of the plate. So dapat hindi makalat yung rim or yung labi ng plato natin. Next is arrange the item for the convenience of the customer. So dapat pag nagpe-play tayo, iniisip natin na makakain ba ng madali to ng guest natin or mga kaibigan natin pag binigay natin tong food na to. For example, as you can see in the picture, that is a lobster. So yung lobster, may shell siya. Pero detached na yung shell niya doon sa meat. So mas madali na siyang kainin. Even though it has shell, madali nang kainin yung meat. Then next is leave space between items. So for this one, we have an appetizer which is lobster. It doesn't apply the spaces because the arrangement of this is not classic arrangement and this one is a modern arrangement. But as you can see, there is still ample space on the side where you can dismantle the food if you want to eat it separately. So, pwede nating ibagsak yung pagkain tsaka natin kainin na may spaces pa rin siya on the side. Give garnish a meaning. So, for example, for this specific food, yung garnish na, anong meaning ng garnish na? Leeks. Leeks complements the sauce, which is also a leek sauce. And the garnish above is the leeks. The part of the lower part of the leeks, which has a white color. Then yung garnish na naman on the middle or the side dish, pwede natin siyang considered as side dish, is the middle part of the leeks. Middle to top. Next is don't drown the plate in sauce or gravy. So as you can see, yung sauce niya or yung sauce ng ating dish is hindi sobrang dami na matatakpan na natin yung lobster. So, kitang-kita pa rin yung bida natin, which is the lobster. We have a right amount of sauce and garnish. Next is place the sauce around or underneath the food. As you can observe, yung sauce niya nasa ilalim, hindi nasa ibabaw. Hindi natin natatakman yung main item natin, which is lobster. Kasi once na nilagyan natin sauce sa ibabaw yan, most especially if we're using or dealing with thick sauce, hindi na ganong makikita yung ganda ng lobster meat dahil matatakpan na siya ng sauce. Next is simplicity. As you can observe, the color of the plate has only 3 colors, which is white, green, and red. So it's very light and simple. And of course, one of the most important thing is the temperature. So always remember that we should serve hot food hot and serve cold food cold. So dapat lagi pag nagse-serve tayo ng hot food, soup, main course, or hot dessert, kailangan papakain natin sa guest natin or ibibigay natin sa guest ng mainit pa. Kasi yun ang proper temperature niya. Mahirap na mag-serve ng lugaw na malamig dahil hindi na ganun kasarap. And mahirap mag-serve ng halo-halo na tunaw na yung yelo. So, always remember, dealing with temperature when serving food, you should serve hot food hot and serve cold food cold. Next is garnish. What is garnish? The word itself comes from the French word meaning to adorn or to furnish. In English, it means to adorn or embellish a food item by the addition of another item or item. So, nagbibigay siya ng contrast, ng color, ng flavor, at ng good appearance sa food. So, as you can serve in the picture located on your screen, ano yung mga garnish? We'll start on the right side. So, on the right side, the garnish is a mint leaves. Okay, on the second picture on the right, so may flowers siya and different herbs. Okay, on the third picture on the right, from the right, we have herbs and it is called microgreens and a mango, unripe mango or green mangoes. And on the left side, extreme left side, we have a fried leeks or shredded leeks. So the garnish gives a good appearance that balances the flavors and the texture, and also it gives a good flavor in the food. So these are a French terms that refers to a garnish such as different types of vegetables. So uh, this is slightly deep, so we don't need to discuss this further. Modern hot platter garnishing. So vegetables should be organized in easily served units. So basically, dapat naka-portion properly mga side dish natin and garnishing para hindi tayo nag-over or under portion. Para enough din sa serving size ng ating food. Next is, more suitable vegetables are those that can be easily portioned. So ang sinasabi niya, ang pinakamadaling i-portion na vegetables or yung garnish, yung mga buo-buo na vegetables such as yung mga Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, or mga big portions. So, mas madali siyang i-plate. Then, for example, we're going to use bundles of vegetables such as bâtonnet of carrots, zucchinis, tied with chives. So, maganda naka-portion na siya or naka-tali na siya individually portion. Para madali natin siyang ilagay sa plate. Next is, have the correct number of portion of each item. Vegetables like baby carrots and asparagus are easily portioned if they are arranged in little portion sizes piles. So, for example, yung magsaserve tayo ng baby carrots or marbled potato. So, madali siyang bilangin. So, dapat alam natin or alam na nagpe-plate kung ano yung number or gano'ng kadaming ilalagay natin para pare-pareho yung maging itsura ng plate. Arrange garnishes around the platter to get maximum effect from the different colors and shapes. So basically, dapat yung garnishes ay nagbibigay ng appeal or ganda sa plate natin. Hindi ito dapat nakakadagdag ng mess or kalat o kaya hindi nagko-complement sa pagkain na naglalasa siyang at nagiging itsura siyang kadiri. So dapat garnish should have an appeal. Next, keep things simple. So hindi lahat ng food dapat nilalagyan natin ng kung ano-anong garnish. We can stick with a simple food plating such as a simple a piece of meat na wala na siyang nilalagay na kung anong garnish, na that meat alone is attractive to the eyes of the guests and even to your friends, na sobrang simple, walang cheche-bureche, wala nang kung ano-ano nilalagay pero ang ganda niyang tingnan. So maybe the cut of the meat is perfect and the sauce. Next is serve extra sauce or gravy in a sauce boat. So, sinasabi lang na ito na walang masama lagyan ng sauce yung pagkain natin na isa-serve. Pero dapat hindi naliligo yung food natin ng sauce. Ang food natin, for example, is a main course, not a soup. So dapat yung sauce natin hindi ganun kadami na kalat siya sa plato sa sobrang dami ng sauce niya. Dapat sakto lang. Pero if we want to give an extra sauce, we should put it in a separate container na ibibigay natin sa guest natin. Kung gusto niya magdagdag siya, na bahala magdagdag. But when plating a food, make sure that it is not messy because of the sauce. Next is serve hot food hot on a platter. So kanina sinabi na natin to na we should always serve hot food hot and serve the cold food cold. Then next is don't spend a lot of time arranging food on a platter. So dapat hindi tayo nagpaplato ng pagkain na mas matagal pa halos yung pinagluto natin. Mas matagal pa halos yung pinagplato natin kaysa pagluluto natin or pag-iinit natin ng food. So kailangan we can plate the food pinakamatagal na yung 60 seconds. Next is simple plate garnish. Keep in mind that there is really no one garnish that is appropriate for every dish. The solution is to become as familiar as possible with the whole range of garnishes and be creative. No garnish. If the accompanying vegetable and starch offer balance of color and design, to add another element to the plate or platter may be redundant. So pag maayos na yung component ng food natin, pwede na tayong hindi maglagay ng kung ano-anong garnish. Simple decorative garnish. Occasionally, it is necessary to serve accompanying vegetables in side dishes, and sometimes these same accompaniments offer little balance to the platter being presented. So, as you can observe in these pictures, so there are different garnishing styles, such as they use fresh vegetables, they use carved vegetables and fruits, they may use salads, chocolates, breads, cream, and so on and so forth as a garnish. So always make sure that we're going to serve the food attractively. Dapat tayo man sa sarili natin, pag nakita natin yung food, nagagandahan tayo. Hindi yung tayo pa lang, hindi na tayo nagagandahan, what more yung ibang tao. So dapat we are always mindful when cooking and serving our own food. Okay, thank you guys for listening. We're done with our topic, garnishing and food presentation. So see you on our next lesson. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.